Okay, I'm gonna close it in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and close.
Okay.
And the results are in. For Onechanbara Z2 Chaos, choose character's cosplay outfit. The winner is Catgirl made at $190.
How the
So yeah, there you go. Enjoy.
really $30 ahead? That's
Only $20 ahead, actually.
20. Oh yeah, sorry.
80, 90.
See, if I didn't put the initial 21 on default, we would have had been a surprise. Oh well. Oh well. That's fun. All right. So what's our full donation total now?
Our full total is $953.
950. Okay, so we didn't quite make it. I was hoping we'd hit 1,000 so I could do the Japanese voice. So, but we hit 750, which was nice. So I'm gonna do something for us for the run, and I'm gonna turn on the color of the blood to white. So that may look strange at first, or think strange, but I think it'll be entertaining. I don't think there's anything else I have to change. I could turn this off, but it kind of looks cool during the run, so I'm going to leave it on. It kind of wastes a few seconds here and there, but it's fine. Alright, and the outfit was Catgirl's, right? So that should be outfit 3. So, made costume with cat ears on everybody, so that's what we're going to get. I guess I should do an introduction, shouldn't I, for myself? So, I'm Mash, also known on Twitch as Ezo. I played this game and Nier, but this is a game that I submitted, and it'll be fun. So not a lot of people run this game, unfortunately, but I'm looking forward to doing the run for you guys live for once. Anyways, the timer will start as soon as I hit ready, and then the game will start. Timer ends when I get to the credit roll. So let me know when.
Just count me down.
You can count me down. I just have to hit ready.
Okay, so you can start up in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Off we go. All right, so the first chapter here, there's 16 chapters. First one is sort of timed. It takes about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 40 seconds to go through. I'm like super nervous because I PB'd just before this, which was kind of sad. I PB'd twice during practice. So, train wreck incoming. But anyways. So yeah, just the tutorial at the beginning of the game. We're going to skip all the cutscenes for the dialogue and stuff. So I'm going to butt mash through all that. And I'm probably going to get my ass kicked in the tutorial because for some reason the tutorial likes to be brutal, and these characters seem to have a lot of knockdown. And it's just the other 2 characters that I'll be playing as later on in the game. The dialogue in this game is probably the most entertaining part of the run. I'm pretty happy with how funny this game has been during the time that I've spent speedrunning it over the last year and a half, almost 2 years. So I'm charging my boomerang. This is like the only time in this game where I'm just going to be charging my boomerang and dodging around. But once it's white like this, I can just throw like infinite boomerangs for a few seconds by spamming it if I don't get hit. And it keeps its charge until I use them all. And I can just get like stupid combos going with it. There's only one point in the game where I actually can get a 1,000 hit combo, and that's during a timed fight that doesn't have any health for the boss. So the idea of the fight is just to survive, but you don't actually die in here because they don't do enough damage. So I have a sister. Her name is Saya. She has a chainsaw, and she can also spin this mace around like this. And I'll be doing that a couple times throughout the run. And the other 2 I'm fighting are the other sisters, which are from the first game, which released in North America on the 360, and then later got a rehash on the Wii. So if you're not familiar with that game, they're terrible. probably the worst games. They crash on loads, and I'm gonna be trying to speedrun the original, but I have yet to complete it 100%, so that'll take some time. I don't know what else to talk about right now, so... Oops, I didn't mean to pause that. I'm not supposed to be able to pause buffer like that. So yeah, first chapter's down. And so we're on to the next chapter. So we're gonna meet up with one of the other rival characters from the first game. They don't like each other, and you'll hear that a lot throughout the game. Like, no one likes each other. Except for those two sisters. And the load times in this game can get a little ridiculous sometimes. But on PC it tends to crash a shit ton, so that's something that happens. Oh, you're also going to hear the controller talking, so that's the thing. So I just switched characters. This is the character I'm going to play the entire game with, pretty much. She has the fastest attack speed, only uses one weapon type, and switches between dual and single samurai swords. So that's what we're doing. So the idea is kill all the enemies in each arena as fast as possible, and I will be skipping some arenas. And as soon as the controller stops talking, I'll explain like this mechanic where I'm like dashing around and stuff.
Damn it. I had a feeling. Auto-regeneration.
So this mechanic here is the air dashing mechanic. Basically it has two functions for the X button, which is my jump. And if I hold it down, it chases targets and jumps forward. If I just tap it, I jump up. So that's what we'll be using a lot to like glide around. And I have a double jump with it, but if I just do one, I can control it and get as much speed as possible.
Who would have guessed this place?
Okay, so I hit a cutscene trigger, which apparently didn't happen during one of my runs a couple days ago, and it ended up making me lose like 3 or 4 minutes somehow, because it took forever for it to load, that the enemies just kept spawning infinitely. So I guess that's one problem. So I'm going to be switching around between the two characters here to try to kill all these moles. And I don't like moles. I don't even like the fact that I'm a cat girl right now. That's kind of disappointing. Because trust me, the banana surprise would have been nice to see with the white blood, for sure. So if we ever get a chance to see the characters in one of the brief QTEs that I'll be doing eventually, you'll see that they're covered in some white transparent sticky substance that is just called blood for the sake of, you know, the ratings boards and stuff. Alright, so we triggered the cutscene. One character's going to transform, and now we have like super abilities and we do like crazy damage. So we're just going to kill stuff and then just combo and spin around and all sorts of stuff like that. Maybe swap weapons. And then I'm going to use my special and just kind of fly around with the targeting in the room. And that's chapter 2. So we skipped a fight, as you can see. We're probably going to skip a few more. At least that's my intention, is to skip fights, because they cost time. So, one thing that could make this game faster that was found a couple months ago, I haven't got it to work yet, is an out-of-bounds trick that's used in the early part of the game. But only during IELs has it been used. And the guy that figured it out is a YouTuber, is Mizak or something like that. And it's pretty tricky to figure out how to do. I spent like 3 days trying to figure it out, and I've only gotten like part of it done. So, but I haven't got it working at the early part of the game because you need 4 characters, and I only have 2, as you can see, for each part of the section.
Can you hear me? This is Saya. I'm
fine. Saki's with me, but Sis is nowhere to be found. That's great to hear.
So I don't know, is there any questions in chat about... Well, this game is not near 2. I don't have a love for maid cat girls. Or any of the sort. I don't like this chapter at all for chapter 3 because it seems like it takes a lot longer than it should. Because all I'm doing is stuck in an arena trying to kill all of these guys that spawn. And if things are terrible and those machine gun guys juggle me with bullets, I don't know how that's possible, but it is in this game. Then I could just get stuck up in the air for like what seems forever. So technically, this is not a brand new run. Like this isn't a fresh file. This is actually a cleared file because you keep all your progress and character upgrades and all that stuff throughout the game. So all my characters are fully upgraded. They have all their combos and all that jazz. We have one enemy over here. And one more here. Alright, so we got V rank. That's the highest ranking in the game. There is no indicated score on that scorecard that showed up. I just have to try to get above S. And that's it. And V ranking is probably the hardest thing to do in this game as far as getting it on all chapters and clearing the game with that percentage. If you're familiar with most games that keep track of scores, it just takes your average and gives you that by the end of the game. So, or the chapter in this case, but this is a fun category that I want to get into later on. That's just V ranking every mission for every level. That includes all the fights and stuff, which also means I can't skip anything, which would make this run harder and longer. And this game on any difficulty other than casual means that all the enemies have double damage, double health, and new attacks, and they're just not nice. So I'm going to transform, and I don't normally have the ability to do this, but this being an already unlocked file, it already knows that I have the transformation ability that it will explain much, much later. For this character anyways. Alright, so we're going to switch here, and these are the Medusa heads. And they kind of like chase behind me as I'm moving, so I just spin the mace ball and it just helps kill them really easily. So I'm just gonna keep doing this until they're all dead. Cat girls do not taste anything but sweet.
Do you mind if we read a donation quickly?
Yeah, go right ahead.
We got a $50 donation from Alert. Says, I think Cyber is going to run these games anyway, but hey, let's meet his goals, mate. Go over 1K, which lowers the 10 speed by about $10 for everyone in 2017. It'd be cool to reach 2K and lower it to $20. Smiley face, but he did bracket and then dot on dot, not the other way around.
Awesome. Crazy, how's the weather over there? I hate these load screens, there's just like nothing to talk about during them. I don't know. This game's got a lot of interesting things in the game, but I don't know.
We can take the time to talk about the Zelda randomizer.
Yeah, go right ahead. This is all boring stuff anyways.
So yeah, we've got the Zelda randomizer tier 7, randomize enemy HP, $100 to be met. There's only about another hour and a half until actually this run, and then 40 minutes into the next run,
me?
so about 2 hours until that closes. So after that, there's 3 more goals that need to be met for that. So yeah, feel free to get your money after that.
Yeah, donate, please. Please help lower venue costs. That'll be like super helpful for everybody. Plus, the Zelda randomizer stuff will be cool to see anyways.
Way too easy.
Alright, so
Mudmen.
there's these mudmen, and they're really hard to kill, so I'm not going to kill them. I'm just gonna wait here until the dialogue finishes so that this boss guy spawns, and we're gonna kick his ass, because that's fun. And that's all I have to do to skip the rest of the fight. So I just need to try to target lock him. Thank you. And just literally, this game's just gonna be a lot of button mashing. So here's the first instance of a key QuickTime event. Requires me to use the touchpad. Brilliant use of the touchpad, might I add, except for the fact when it doesn't want to work. The only thing that sucks about initiating the QuickTime events is I have to be on the ground. If I'm airborne at all during any of the combos, which means I do more damage if I am, then I can't activate the QuickTime, and that kind of sucks. I got stuck on the lamppost, and I'm getting hit by a bat. Okay, we're good. This is just all terrible. This never actually happens. Marathon luck. Well, I mash because I'm speedrunning it, but generally, casually, this game is, like, super fun. A guy that I know by King Foom, which used to be a guy that worked for a magazine company, actually played this game, and he enjoyed it. And he's a pretty hard critic when it came to, like, critiquing games and stuff, so he had a lot of fun with it. It's just very humorous. It's just a simple, humorous game, and I think for the amount of replayability it has, it's totally worth like $30, I think, on Steam or something like that. But the PC version, like I said, has a lot of crashing issues, because it was a port, so it's not even the original. And there's lots of loots. There's also photos, too. No trains, unfortunately. Alright, so we're gonna... supposed to be a boss chick here, wherever she is. But this fight is kind of timed, so it doesn't really matter. So we're just kind of waiting for the other characters to show up. And she does a lot of damage. Missiles. Sounds fun. Alright, so the other characters show up. There's a couple cutscenes. The Sister Seiya learns how to transform, and now we're just gonna chainsaw her to death. And see all of the whiteness that is the white blood. So, here we go. So, I guess you kind of had cat girls, because they kind of transform into cat girls, which is called the dare drive for them. So, and now we're gonna kill a puppy dog, so rip Franco Z.
I drank some of Aya's blood and transformed. What do you think? Breathe it in.
And that's the end of chapter 5.
Now it feels like we can't possibly lose.
So yeah, we killed Franco Z, but it's okay.
Saki.
Man, I'm loving these load screens. They take like 30 seconds to a minute, but still. Alright, so we're doing levels out of order here, and you notice that I choose the other character first, because like I said, I'm going to be playing the game mostly with her in primary party slot, so I don't have to keep switching too much. So we're going to do Chapter 6 first, and then after that, we're going to do Chapter 9, 10, 8, and then 7, so... because we have, like, control over which chapters we do at this point, in which order, so... We're doing the chapters in the order they appear on the map, because it's just quicker instead of buffering inputs for the movement on the map, because it's slow. And it's just easier to clean it. clear the levels as they come,
Ever since Kagura drank my blood,
like most games would be. I don't even know why that's even a thing. You shouldn't even have to select the chapter, because story-wise it doesn't make any sense, but...
fun in Chinatown.
That's a great idea, Aya. I've been really hungry myself ever since I got tapped dry by old Tits McGee here.
Tits McGee, that's going to be a new thing, by the way. It's a nickname for Seiya from the younger sister, Aya. So.
I've seen these things before a long time ago.
They don't seem to have any weapons.
Oh, where's the other guy here? There he is.
Just one of those days.
Be careful, Aya.
You're all turning into such wusses. You ain't gonna know how strong they are till you fight them, right?
Alright, so we're hoping that we can not get stuck in this part where we're just killing a bunch of guys that continuously spawn for too long. So we have to kill like a set number of guys, in particular guys, and it's kind of hard to tell the difference when all of them look roughly the same, except for these big guys, which have Gatling guns.
Ah, damn it.
So yeah,
I had a feeling.
killed as many as we needed to. And we're gonna get into a cutscene before the trigger.
This place, huh? Sorry to
And then we're gonna transform and then beat the living crap out of him. So he does this thing where he just decided not to get one cycled and just jump out of the water immediately anyways, because that's a thing. How come I not like Q2E? There we go. That was weird. I should have been able to get that from like any position. So, boss is dead. Or is he? We now have a severed torso and legs jumping around the level that I need to now kill, because that would be too easy. Alright, so we got the torso we're gonna kill now. Alright, so that's one part down. Now we just gotta find the legs. Alright, so I gotta wait for them to go into the water and out of the water before I can get the quick time. But there we go. Didn't take too long. So we're just giving them a nice new yeah, we just did that. So if there was ever a time to clench, that was the time to clench, and we helped relieve that pressure. EDF is a really fun game, which is also done, well, it's done by Sandlot, but it was brought over here by the same kind of people, so I'm quite happy that they did that. Alright, so on with Japan. Nothing special with Japan, just me running to the boss as fast as possible and skipping one fight because the devs have a shortcut in the game, which I didn't know about the first several times through it. Yeah, that's the thing. This game's like mindless fun, just like EDF, and I think that's why I took to it pretty quickly. I just wish more people heard about the game and are willing to play the game, and that's not what I want to do. Alright, so let's try not to get stomped on by the jumping guys. Their like legs are tied together, and they stun lock me if they jump on me, and it takes like 5 seconds to recover.
Damn!
So at the beginning of every chapter, I guess I'll explain that my party is already out, and they kind of help me kill things really fast early on, but there'll be a problem in one chapter where I'll do a reset later. We're almost to that point, but we have a little bit to go before then. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. Alright, cool. I managed to hit everybody with that combo. The worst part about knocking enemies around is that I could probably get them in a position I don't want them in, and then it just makes it hard to move around and get them. Because if I'm locked on something, my all I do is strafe, and strafing is so slow in this game because I literally like sidestep around, and it's just probably not the best way to move around in this game. So air dashing is probably the best. It just auto targets enemies if they're in front of you, so kind of makes it annoying. But yeah, so that was the shortcut door. Brings us right to this door, and this brings us to the boss. So we're gonna kill this guy.
So, this is our Kung Fu sorcerer, is it? I guess he's the one controlling all the Jiangshi. Care to be subdivided?
He doesn't look as strong as all that. But he's probably got
He like runs away a lot, and it's actually one of the most annoying things. So I'm kind of glad he got stuck in the tree there. And I'm not so glad that he hit me. Touchpad wasn't responding there for a quick second. That's it, he's dead.
Damn it.
It's kind of random which characters will actually be shown in the quick time for the kill. Normally it's the one that you have selected. But, doesn't always happen that way. But yeah, the main character of the series is Kagura. But in the previous game, you actually played as Aya, which is the chick with the two swords that I usually play as. And I think she has the biggest boobs compared to Kagura, but Kagura makes a lot of jokes, especially throughout the game, about how she has bigger boobs. And I think that's pretty entertaining, because why not make fun of the game that you're playing, that you made, to entertain the people playing the game or watching it. So it's good to see that devs have fun making games. Trashy bronze is trashy bronze, yes. Alright. So in Dubai, we're supposed to do all these fights before we unlock the boss area, which is covered by these sandstorms. So you know what to post in chat. There's a lot of memes in this run, I guess. So, yeah, lots of sandstorms going on in the desert, we'll be seeing. I just hope the moles don't go anywhere. Okay, cool. Alright, so where's the sandstorm? Alright, so the sandstorm is going to set after the dialogue finishes, so it's nice that I finished before the dialogue, because now I can get up here faster and start this fight. And off in the distance over there is another sandstorm, which is the boss. But we can't go there yet. We have to do this fight and one more, and then we can go to the boss. And there's no way to really skip any of these particular fights. So the annoying part about this part is all the enemies are in this large area and they're all spaced out, which makes killing them pretty difficult. So I'm going to be trying to target lock to change my camera direction instead of like manually looking for them. Because as long as I'm within their view, I can target lock them. And it just makes killing things so much easier. So I'm using single sword right now because it's the fastest. But if I want to kill more than one enemy, it's much better to use two swords. Where's the other guy? There he is. Alright, so Sandstorm is off in that distance. So we just character swapped there, and you can see I got like another boost from the height. And the reason why I'm doing that is so that my Dare Drive doesn't wear down. But it's not called Dare Drive for her, it's called Ecstasy for the other two girls. So I'm going to call them all out now and help clear this arena quickly so we can get to the boss. And because I'm transformed too, I do like quadruple if not double damage. But of all the characters that are the most pissed off about things, it's probably Aya, which is the character I'm playing as, with the dual samurai swords, which, if you've played the other Onechanbara games, will be very, very familiar. Alright, so head off in this direction. Sandstorm dropped. And should be approaching the boss. The arrow's trying to tell me to go somewhere else, but it corrected itself, so that's good.
Scorpion. That's just great. It's hard enough to find
Alright,
a
so
footing as
first
it
quick
is.
time, there's 3 in total.
Things got a real warped fashion sense. Weird stuff.
Alright. And we got one more to do. This almost reminds me of Resident Evil 6 with the quick times, but just not as horrendous. Because, like, the whole game isn't quick times. There's actually gameplay and not quick times in movies and stuff, so sorry if you guys like RE6. But yes, I just shot at it.
We got a $10 donation coming from PJLX911. $10 says, because I have never fapped as hard while watching a stream before to the delicious waifus, in brackets, please add HP Zelda Ramanizer for top-notch / close bracket.
Awesome. Alright, so next chapter, Peru. Probably one of the hardest bosses early in the game, if you're not ready for him. But we're ready for him.
Bastards sending us in a high-altitude hike. We gotta stop them before they reach the village down below. Okay, let's drop off our bags and head out.
I've never rolled around this much during my combos. I like that it keeps your combo going while you're rolling. But, out of a hack and slash, I think this game has the most fluid combat system for a hack and slash, because it does exactly what you tell it to do and nothing else. And it buffers inputs in a chain, so, like, you don't, like, it does it in a point where, like, all the inputs are met as you're doing them. And I missed one guy. That always happens.
I will always be the strongest.
Alright, so screw those guys. We're gonna go fight this flying thing. Hey look, it's... I think his name is Quizzical from, like, Final Fantasy. Or whatever the hell his name is. But we're gonna chop his wings off, because we don't like flying things. I managed to do enough damage to trigger both in a row, so I can just do them simultaneously. And then just kill him. So, rip. And then these bat things are kind of ugly. They're like winged versions of like the Pengus or whatever the hell they were from like Legend of Legaia, which is another game that I like playing. So.
There were too many of them.
So we're ready for transformation mode, which is good for the boss. And we're gonna switch to single sword here. I guess one mechanic I never explained that I probably won't ever really use is in mid-air or on the ground, I can like throw the blood off of my sword to allow it to keep doing more damage, because if it gets covered with blood, it does less and less damage each time. And I got a guy stuck down here somewhere.
I thought I did
So
pretty
that kind of
good
sucked.
myself.
Alright, so we're still good. We're not gonna fight any of these guys, because why not? So we're just gonna go to the boss. Nope, target lock the boss. Thank you.
Stay sharp. If we let our guard down at all, this thing could squish us flat.
Alright, so we're gonna do the quick times here. Oh, almost had them all really fast, but we didn't. Alright, so we got the other one there. It didn't even pop up before I was able to do it, so that's good. Just like keep rubbing the touchpad. And one more. So the trend with all the bosses in this game, it takes 3 quick times to kill them, except for the very last boss. And 1 other boss. But like the real bosses in this game only take 3. And the final boss and like the midway point boss takes 1. What's the time at right now on your end? Curious to know what the time is. Alright, so Los Angeles. There's a funny cutscene, but we're not gonna see it. 32:45. Okay. That's not too bad. That's almost like no stream delay. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we're gonna go over here and like get all these guys to spawn and then wait for an ogre to spawn. Or a giant troll, whatever the hell you want to call them. I forget what their actual name is. I just call them ogres. And then there's another guy that I call the trolls, because they look more like trolls. Should be showing up any second now. There he is. Okay. So he showed up, and he's familiar. So we're going to try not to be on the ground when he stomps, because I don't want to get stunned. And we're just going to cut off both his arms. Because who needs arms? And because he did that, I'm just going to swap characters briefly so that I don't get stuck in that lock for too long. Oh my god. Why are you being so mean? Alright. He's being like really mean with those stomps. Oh my god. Just die. Alright. Cool. Alright, so it's just mop up now. We gotta kill the rest of the guys in this section here, because they'll stop spawning. It's supposed to stop spawning. Guess it still had some more to spawn. Alright, cool. Alright, so we killed them all. We're gonna do like the smallest of all like fight skips in this game, and it's like literally I just gotta like go around this edge. And it saves like 2 seconds. And I didn't get it, so of course I wouldn't get it. I just have to kill like these 5 guys, and that's it. It's all. That's literally how much time got saved by not doing that. But I didn't get it. So it's not a big loss or anything, but I can get like wedged between the fence gates that show up. They keep me in the bounds temporarily. So it's... I discovered that accidentally, actually. So you can get yourself stuck in this game. And I've only had that happen twice where I couldn't get out of it, and I had to actually like restart the level. Instance where like I got zombies behind a car and I can't do anything about it because I have to go around the car and not jump towards it because my character is not smart enough to go over it sometimes.
Was my death blow not elegant enough?
Alright, so
I know this is a fight for survival and all, but it really feels like a vacation. Anna, you should have joined us. Should be fun for you all cooped up.
This is not good.
Haven't gone musty on us.
This dialogue should not be playing because now I have to wait.
No. Just
I have to wait now for this whole dialogue to finish before I can even spawn the boss fight trigger. It's dialogue. That's the problem with this game is I think dialogue ruins some of the skips that you could do.
Aren't you two?
because if the dialogue starts, it needs to finish.
Can't be.
They're drenched in blood.
But in most cases, that can help you keep on cue with the actual run, but I just wish that you could skip dialogue so that it didn't affect gameplay.
Who summoned them?
Now, normally I try to get them both low health to finish them off, but we're about to get a panty shot, so there's for all you perverts out there. There you go. Switch characters here. Where is she? There we go. So I just initiated a whole bunch of specials on her, trying to wither her down.
Let me show you what I'm made of.
How come I lost target lock on her? Okay. I hope I didn't lose too much time than what it's supposed to. You're welcome.
Just keep 'em coming.
Alright, so a couple of cutscenes. Alright, so we finished that chapter. So now comes the chapter that I hate, and usually where I lose the most time. Because after this is the elevator boss, and I hate the elevator boss. There's just always some sort of elevator boss in most platforming type games. So yeah. But yeah, so we're doing castle first, then elevator. And for the castle, I'm gonna skip like 30 to 45 minutes worth of fighting by restarting, instead of just playing out the chapter, because restarting the chapter is so much quicker, because I'm gonna do something and hopefully it works first time. That's really easy for me anyways. I just like playing the game. I don't even focus on anything other than playing the game and being fast if I can. Okay, so I'm just gonna line myself up here and just keep switching characters a couple times to buffer jumps. So that's the first instance of me skipping the whole first 10 fights of the game. Nope. Not enough height. Okay. There's a trigger that I don't want to hit if I go too far into the level, so... Okay. And we got one more. This skips a whole bunch of fights. Okay, we kind of glitched through the floor there, but that's good. All is well. So I triggered the fight in the center, and I don't want to fall down now, because there'll be a crap ton of bosses and stuff to fight there, all at once. So we're just going to clear these rooms instead, and make the game a whole lot easier for us. Lurk wanted Strawberry Surprise more than I did, after he saw the so-called picture. It's definitely worth seeing. Alright, so we're gonna have another ogre spawn and then a couple trolls. And they shoot laser beams, but I don't want them to shoot laser beams, so let's not let them fire their lasers. Okay, well he fired a laser, but it didn't hit me. That one did, though. That one did as well. Okay, Stretch Armstrong is kind of annoying, because he stretches his arms at me. Okay, so... The chick that was talking through the controller, I should probably explain that, is Anna. And she's from the first game. And she's a police officer. And there's nothing special about her except for she's a police officer. And she's like the only one that's alive from the last time. Because like everybody in the city that the outbreak started in like died.
Damn, these things are fast.
So I'm gonna call all my party members to help me out with this room here, because there's just a bunch of these little guys flying around. And these guys like go into the statues around the side of the room, and they become a little bit harder to kill. So I'm just gonna kill them all really quickly, so that they don't do that. There's a couple of them still around the room somewhere. Alright.
Was my death blow not elegant enough?
Okay. So we're almost done with this chapter. I have like one hallway and then like a timed boss fight, and that's it. And then we'll on to elevator. When I get to the elevators, just for the sake of having fun, I want you guys to choose either left, middle, or right for the elevators. So you guys can decide right now which of the first selection for elevators I get to choose. And generally only 2 are open at a time for each side, and it doesn't matter which one, so either left or right will suffice as much of an answer I need. But I only have 3 options on every floor going up. So the first one I have to go through is on the left-hand side, but the right elevator, if I was to look at it. So that'll be the first one I need to go through. After that, it's whatever you guys want me to go through. Now, the hope is, if you guys guide me through the elevator mini-boss, is I'll skip at least one fight and get a bonus room instead. And that will save, like, a few minutes. But I have yet to have that happen, so I just follow the same route each time. See, like, one left, one middle, one right, a left, a middle. So we're, like, tied. I can't pick none because the speedrun ends. There's a lot of, like, explosions going on the screen. I hope we're not seeing a lot of crap. I don't know how this looks on the screen. Alright, we're done. So yeah, we like crushed the S rank.
Fascinating.
So yeah, we skipped like all of those fights. So that's why I do that skip. So the average run for this chapter for me is about 3.5 minutes. Usually 4 at the most if I fail really bad. So so it looks like we're going left for the first one. So as soon as I have the choice to choose left, I'm going to choose left.
Thanks to you girls, the situation in each country.
Alright, so we're gonna skip these cutscenes coming up. There's 3 of them. Or 4 of them, actually. Alright, so now we actually have the transformations for the ecstasy that we were supposed to have. But, yeah, so we have ecstasy now. So we just start with ecstasy, which is nice, because that helps start this level really nicely with clearing all these guys, like, super quick, since it gives us a lot of them. I don't think in regular ILs you start like this. So I just don't play that category. There's like one other guy that competes with me on the story mode, which is named Fender. And he was like really hitting it hard early on. He's since moved on to a few other things, but it'd be fun to see some more people, especially PC Master Race, get into this. I got a guy down here somewhere, don't I? Yep. And where's the other guy? There's the other guy. Okay. So the problem with guys is they got stuck like that. So we have a cutscene, we'll skip that. And then go in the first elevator like we're supposed to. And then the next elevator pick will be on the left side. Alright, so we're just gonna keep clearing all these guys.
Ready to
There is actually a bit of a difficulty curve for learning the game other than mashing. Because mashing actually doesn't really... I say I'm mashing, but I'm actually hitting buttons that I want to hit.
I thought I did pretty good myself.
Because if I just hit whatever buttons, I'll end up doing combos and stuff that probably won't hit anybody, and I have to control them with my directional stick, so... that kind of sucks. Alright, so we went in the first left elevator. You guys can choose the next one. Left or right. Because I could have gone on the right-hand side, and there would have been a couple more elevators open, but... that's our first pick. And call these guys out to give me a hand. So these on a timer, I can call out the other girls and kind of help me kill shit. By kind of, I mean they kind of listen. We have a guy stuck over here somewhere, don't we? That's perfect though, because it's like right near the elevators. We don't have an elevator choice. Okay. So we'll just go left up here then. I usually pick the one closest, but we took that one. Okay, so we got a bonus room, so that's cool. So we'll just go in this elevator. So that should have skipped a fight. So yeah, we got bonus room, which means I should have skipped at least one fight, which is the goal. Which means I can go up the tower faster. Okay, so there's guys over here that we need to kill. And these like floating imps with boxes that could have bombs in them, and if I get hit by the bombs when they drop, then that means I get stunned. Now I'm picking up crystals every so often from drops. It's a kind of random. But the different color crystals do things from like healing to boosting my damage or attack speed, which helps with DPS. I'm just gonna keep picking left at this point. Left seems to be working. Alright, so there's guys over here now.
Let me show you what I'm made of.
Alright, so we just initiated a special, and we have 3 charges on it, so that means he just got like spinning knives around us, which is like super helpful for killing things. There's an imp around here. Alright, cool.
As long as I don't drive the game price down.
Kagura, the game price will be fine. Oh, right side? Okay, I'll do right the next elevator. There should be at least 1 or 2 more elevators. We're on the wrong character. There we go. Alright. So you said right, so... Now, any one of the elevators on the right go to the same place. It's just whether I choose left or right is the only difference, as far as I'm aware. And we got another bonus room. So, that's cool. This should be the very top floor. And it is. So now we have the boss, which is a dog. And we don't have to do anything else in the fight except for kill Franker Z, his brother, Ralpher Z. So we're gonna kill Ralpher Z now. And then just run for the door. Because we don't care. So we skipped 2 of the fights in between, other than the last fight. Which normally doesn't happen, so that saves some time. Yeah, that whole placement for the disc is awesome. I love plugging the disc sometimes, and the cover for the game on the case was reversible, so I changed that as well. And the art book for the special edition was nice, and that's how I have the OST as well. And the music for this game is really nice. But the hole is just conveniently... Oh god, the lag for this chapter. So, it lagged for like 10 seconds because it loads like every enemy... Okay, I almost fell. It loads like every enemy at once and spawns them. So right now I just used a power gem and a rapid gem, and it just outputs my DPS to be so much better. So that I could actually just kill this boss super easy. Otherwise, she's just gonna kill me faster than I can do damage to her. So, cat girls are kicking ass and saving the world from zombies, werewolves, and undead. You know, all in a day's work, right?
We finally know the location.
Yeah, the DLC of this game is pretty expensive. But, I think, humorously enough, it's worth it if you're planning to play this game a lot and just screw around with costumes while you play and stuff. Because there's in the costume editor, I can like set sort of like the extras wherever I want on the body. So I was kind of messing around with that, and I was thinking about like doing an outfit where it was just like a zombie head and some like pieces of toast coming out of my arms or something like really ridiculous. Like I actually made my head look like a piece of toast at one point. So you can do funny stuff like that with the costume coordination. Alright, so we're on the last like real level of the game, and then we're almost done with the run. So we did that really quickly without finishing the full combo. And the dialogue's playing, and I can't do anything about that, so that's my cue that I'm still good on time. Because I can't go through this door until dialogue finishes, like every other time that something needs to happen.
See? We're good to go. Catch you later, Anna.
Alright, cool. So yeah, this room that I'm going to be fighting in next is probably the worst room in the game. Enemies are just everywhere in the room, and I have to kill every single one, or else the door to advance won't unlock from above. So, just killing things the most efficiently, as quickly as possible is probably the best way. But that's left up to preference, I think, in most cases, because every character plays differently, and I'm just better with Aya than all the others. It's just what I've been practicing. I just know more of her combos. Okay, we're just gonna transform right now. I usually save that for a little bit. Alright.
representative of my true skill.
So we're gonna continue on. I know some guys are on the ground over here, but I'm just gonna go through and kill as many of these guys as I can before coming back down to clean up any more. Because I've tried to do this room quicker other ways, and it's just not... doesn't work any other way possible for me.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Too slow.
Why the machine gun guys are there, I have no idea. Okay. You guys are usually supposed to fall down by now, but it seems like they didn't want to. Alright, so we're gonna go back up now. As long as no other guys fell, we should be good. I'm not air dashing up here because the worst thing I want to have happen is to fall. So I'm going to be careful if I ever air dash. Like I almost fell right there. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, well he fell down, so whatever. Could be a lot of time saved here, but this room is like the worst part of the run, I think. Other than the castle. Because, like, movement can be pretty finicky with air dashing. That's why I don't do it as often in some sections where it requires movement.
I'll dismember you.
Gotcha!
And I think we just have this guy up here. I think that was it. No, there's one more enemy. He fell down. Yep. I guess there was two. Okay, so the door just dropped. You're like a faint, like, gate lowering or a sluice or whatever the hell you want to call it. Yeah, the fact that the banana surprise costume is literally a banana surprise is... It's like, it's legit. It's the most, like, redeeming quality of that outfit. Is like, the developers put it in the, well, it's secret DLC, technically, if you buy the physical copy of the game, but you can buy the DLC. It's the most entertaining part of playing this game with that outfit, is the fact that it feels like that outfit shouldn't be even there. It's just, it's a fun little extra that they have. So I don't like the werewolf guys. Alright, so instead of going right, we're gonna go left, because left is faster. Don't ask me why, it just is. There's just far less fights to worry about. And the door is like a lot closer that we need to go through. It's like literally a circle that we run through, so instead of going right, which takes us a long way around this little dome, we'll just go left instead. Because we only have to do 3 of these like mini fights before the section that we need to get to. Alright, so we're gonna get a guy to spawn. And we're just gonna kill him really quickly. Okay, he's dead. And we're just gonna run through here. And getting to where we need to go. Missed one guy. Alright, so sort of a mini boss. There's a kill trigger behind the boss. There's a switch I have to hit or else it doesn't end. Alright, so I got caught in the point where I was like jumping as I was running, so when I did that cutscene it just kept my momentum, which is nice. And we're at the like boss gauntlet of the game, which is just kill all of these enemies before the final boss. and everything's going pretty well. So a lot of the time we can just like push these guys off the edge of the arena if we don't want to kill them. So there'll be a couple cases where I can like just dash them like that and against the wall and they'll drop and die. Because I can't fall out of the arena, but the enemies can, and I'm getting low on health, so I need to be a little bit careful. Alright, so we're just trying to get the other guys to spawn now. So I'm getting some health back, slowly, but I think I've lost more than anything. Alright, so we got the next two guys to spawn here. Which, if we can get it right, we can get both down to the point where I can just quick time them both at the same, like one right after another. And that's the whole idea. Just saves a lot of time. Can you not do that? That'd be... Alright, so we got, I think, both down. Alright. This guy's almost dead as well. Alright, cool. Alright, so not too much left to do for this boss gauntlet. We have to fight the two sisters from before again. They somehow make a reappearance. Alright, so we're killing... We're gonna kill Ralph or Z or Frank or Z again. One of the two. This is like the third dog in the game that you kill. So I feel really bad about killing dogs, but for the sake of the urn, so we'll bring all these guys in with the knives. I'm like really low on health. So we're gonna cast some missiles around. And get the girls to spawn, and that's what we wanted. I should probably... I'm just gonna pop one of these. I don't normally do, but it'll make killing these guys a little bit quicker. Alright, so we got both set up, so we can just do both quick times in a row. Which is a lot harder than it seems most times. Alright, so this is the second panty shot of the game. It's not a bad score. Okay, so I think that chapter took a little bit longer than it was supposed to. So hopefully the next fight doesn't take too long. So get ready on time, because that'll be coming up very quickly. The next two chapters like fly by. So let me know when you're ready on time.
Well, now then, let's see.
Okay, so we need to get right character here. That was weird.
Made of. You better not hold back on us.
Of course not. We should help too, Silky. Yeah.
don't give a crap about this whole remaking the world stuff. I just want to kick.
Can you not juggle me with your gun? Thanks. Alright, cool. Alright, so we're almost done. We have one more phase of this boss.
Damn it.
Alright, so time will be very soon. It's gonna be like right after this next phase of the boss, which conveniently is a separate chapter for some reason. Well, I'm over my PB that I got earlier, but that's fine. I'll still do really good compared to other times. Alright, so I'm going to quickly switch to the character that I want to be using, and then Power Gem, Rapid Gem, and just drop her health as quick as we can.
First you're not gonna kill us, now you are. Make up your damn mind.
When did we ever say we were gonna be your witnesses in the first place?
Alright, cool. So time's coming up.
Your world into chaos.
Touchpad's not working. There it goes.
Painful, vampiric, it makes no difference. All
Touchpad,
that
why you acting up?
matters is killing you.
Alright, so time will be in a few seconds.
This works for you, right?
So get ready on time. And time will be once we hit credits. And that's time. Anyways, that's Onechanbara, Z2 Chaos. I hope you guys enjoyed what you guys donated for the costume and that. And I appreciate everybody that supported the marathon so far. It was a pleasure doing the run.
Thanks for having me, and yes, thanks to everyone who donated for the runs there. We raised a lot of money towards our goal from that, so that was really great. Pushing another goal, actually I'll read a donation here. We have $15 from Mr. Vicker. That comment says file name Germensch for the quest to $2,000. Don't let
I
your
had no
memes
clue
be
what that old
memes.
windbag was
Kappa.
saying, even when she was making sense.
So I'm assuming
all
that's
that
towards the oak
nonsense
green
about a
of
new
time
world for
file name.
Banefulls and
If so, I'll
vampirics.
be adding that
Search
to the
me
goal
what
list.
the hell she was talking about.
For the
I should've
goals,
forced
we
her to spill
have
the beans
$10
before we
of
struck
the
the final
$100 we
blow.
need for the Zelda
Hello?
Randomizer
Can
Tier
anyone
7.
read me?
There's about
Oh, hey,
40
Anna.
more minutes,
Finally
maybe
got
50
through,
minutes
huh?
until we're going to be closing that
Sorry
off.
there.
So
Hiya,
Ryder
Hansaki.
can set up
Are you four
for his
okay?
run.
Now,
So if you
don't
want to
get your
see any
panties
more
in a
of the
bunch,
tiers met for
Kay.
that, get
Well,
your
just
donations in.
peachy.
Thank goodness.
Other than that, we
Never mind
have
us, though. What about
coming
the
up after
world?
that as well
What's
a
gonna
bid
happen
war
now?
between Diddy Kong
No
Racing
worries
and
there.
Banjo
The
Kazooie.
undead spirits have all vanished.
Currently,
One moment they were attacking
Diddy
and
Kong
then
Racing's in
gone.
the lead,
I
$25 to
suppose
0.
killing that
So if
leader
you want
of
to see
theirs
Banjo
is
Kazooie
what
play,
did
you
them
get
in.
some money in towards that as well.
Revenge.
Up next, we have
were
Mega
you
Man
really?
ZX Advent
That's
by
not
Jim
all.
Freak
While the four of you were busy
739. So
fighting,
we'll
I
be
was
setting
doing
that up
some
right
research,
now
and I think you're gonna
be
find
back
what
in
I
a few.
uncovered very interesting.
Thanks for having me.
Sounds juicy.